Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome to this very wet episode of FoolsTown here in City Skylines 2. Now recently we're doing some really big expansions and we've solved a couple of problems and we've got a lot of stuff on the way, and it turns out we've now got over $1 billion in the bank. This is now truly the $1 billion city. And I want to put some of that money to good use. I really want to start investing in infrastructure. With the amount of money that we got, we can think about lowering tax to slowly create FoolsTown into the utopia we know it's going to be. Now, by lowering tax, it really aids in the growth of the city, the business. People have more money to do more things, more leisurely things, and people start complaining about rent as well. We seem to have some traffic issues, baby. It is rush hour. They're all trying to go home. So problems occur everywhere, all day, every day. I'm still playing this game in vanilla mode, so we're still going to have a few issues anyway. But this is what I want to do today. I want to try and lower some taxes. I want to play around with the factories that we recently got in a couple of episodes ago. I like you guys gave me some really good tips, like lowering the rents, also moving them to more desirable locations, like this oil refinery, maybe thinking about placing it within the oil district. You know, all that stuff kind of makes sense. I want to build a couple of new subway lines as well, because I want to try and make the city more interconnected than it ever has done before. There's a few areas in the city that does not get serviced by any public transport whatsoever, so I need to make sure that I'm on top of that and keeping it running, and also maybe look at building and adding more shipping ships to our shipping routes. I checked the ship itself and it has over 1,000 tons. We need more. I feel like we need more to get more exports underway. So if you are enjoying this series so far, I wanted to continue and for you to be excited and notified when more episodes do come out. Make sure you smash that like button down below and subscribe, guys, because I really do appreciate it. So first things first then. Let's take a look at extending and expanding some subway lines. Now, if you come to my live streams, which I live stream every Tuesday on this channel, I'm doing a stream city, completely different to this one. I recently discovered, and I'm so shocked and surprised about this, I recently discovered if you get a train station, it has upgrades. Now, the upgrades, and I still can't believe this, I still cannot believe this right now, come in the form of extra platforms, obviously, makes sense. But I didn't know this one, a subway interface. You can implement a subway line on a train station. Bam, I've just placed it in. Now, I have been doing some awkward stuff recently in this when I built my subway line. Like, I extended this one to over there so it was kind of nearby. I implemented, if I can, is it this one? I think it might be this one. There is a metro stop just here, a subway stop, sorry. But obviously, if I implemented the line there, it does crisscross in the opposite direction. But so some areas it's okay, some it would work and all that kind of jazz. I didn't realize there was extra stuff. I can even implement some station services to hopefully generate some extra money. But for this one here, I don't have the ability to build the taxi stop because I'm missing a taxi depot. Am I seriously? Did I delete my taxi depot and then get rid of it and not replace it back in? Surely not, right? Surely I didn't delete my taxi depot and completely forgot to implement it back in. It makes sense. Well, no, it doesn't make sense. I'm sure I had a taxi depot. Is it not this? Bus station, tram depot. Over here's the bus depot. Road maintenance. I think I may have forgotten to replace back in the taxi depot. I mean, I've got lots of taxis, but they're mainly coming from inside and outside of the region. Oh, I am so damn foolish. Right, let me place you in. Let's pull it just here at the very top of the corner. And let me just get, well, making sure that we can pick vehicles up from anywhere we want. And get placed down now a couple of additional. Oh, how far do I take this with the additional slots? I might go to, actually, I might reposition this. Reposition it to just there. Where I can add in as many extensions to the depot as I like. So that means that this taxi depot can hold 55 vehicles. I think that will kind of see us through for quite some time. Which now means then that train station, I can put a taxi rank on it. Bam. I can't believe I didn't know you could upgrade the train stations. Which makes me then wonder, can you upgrade the subway stops? Where's my subway stop here? I know I've got one here somewhere. I'm going to have to resort to bringing this up. Okay, you know what? I didn't. Because it's over here. Does this one have upgrades? Oh, it just has the station services. Nice. Anyway, let's figure out where we're going to run an additional subway line. Now, unfortunately, they make it quite difficult for us to, if I go to the subway right now, to actually visually see the subway. This is the subway here, and it's hard to see the lines. I don't like this overview. But basically, right, just to kind of, understand, I've got this big line going over, which it bends round to come back down, crossing over here, comes down to there, bends round, and then goes back out. But then I have another subway line that comes around here, through there, and through, so that's a loop there, and then we have a line that comes all the way down and then terminates here. So I kind of need something to kind of loop around this area, as well as collecting people to go up this way, all the way to the industrial area over there. So we can try and kill two birds with one stone. There's definitely room for a loop here, and going that way. So I'm going to try and incorporate multiple. We'll see how we get on. Now, the great thing is I have these train stations here as well, which could also benefit from the subway, the taxi rank, and the services. So we're going to utilize these as being one side of the loop of our new subway loop. I keep messing up and calling it metro. They call it subway in this game, don't they? So that's two stops there, which we can utilize. I'm going to bend it and collect up from Orchard Springs. Now, where does it meet in the middle? Now, the meet in the middle happens to be, you can just about see it here. Okay, maybe we could see it. Just about see it there. So at some point, it would then maybe on this bend here, come down through here to bend in, straight across. There's a stop just there. So we have to incorporate a crissy-crossy there. And we'll then swoop it in, stop going up. I can come into this train station here as well, and I'll lead it through. So those stops are going to be different. It means they'll have to transfer themselves there, unless I incorporate that, having an innie-outie. I don't know. We'll see how we get on. So we're going to have to upgrade this train station as well. Now, the problem is, we still don't really service, if I do that loop, to majority of this area. Because we're really going to have a stop there and there, which is on the outskirts, and in there, which will be handy. Do one here and here will be handy. But these guys kind of miss out. So I don't know whether I should kind of do a smaller loop going through here and then back down, and then do a second loop here. So while we have a loop there, I can have a loop here and then one here. And then that allows me to then have all of this running through here, having stops, and I have to reconfigure that, and then do one that kind of cuts through all of it, and maybe do one in the center as well. Ooh, how many do I want to implement? That's the question, boys. That is the question. So I reckon I'll do that. I don't mind having too many lines and too many loops, because at the end of the day, I've got an exuberant amount of money. I will invest in making sure that everywhere is connected. So let's start it then. Let's get this up and running. So we'll start with this bottom one. So I'll first build the route in the middle. So we need our underground subway line. Now, at the moment, when it gets to this area, I don't really have much place to work with. So we'll just have to squeeze in what we can. Now, I reckon... Okay, we'll come through here. We'll bend it round. We'll tear it through this area. So I think we should have a stop on the south of the area. So let me zoom right in and get this perfect. So I'll put that just there so it doesn't ruin too much of the commercial. And then we'll do a stop here north of the area. But it's got to bend into there. So maybe I kind of slightly stagger it and have the stop here. Oh no, because that's a highway road, isn't it? Ah, let me upgrade that to not being a highway road. I mean, the reason it's there is so they stop crossing it, but I suppose the traffic's died down recently. We've kind of solved all the issues, so we'll pull it back to what it should be there, which would allow me then to place this on the side, which I'll put it on this side actually, just there. So that will filter around to there, up into here, but obviously it's not going to go that way. It needs to bend round this way. So now thinking about it, no, because what I can do, because I'm going to have a line that also tears all the way up, which I might have to readjust this line going through the middle to coming down. Yes. Okay, I figured it out. So that stop there will be used for... I'm going to replace this line. Right, you see where I'm going? Right, yeah, hopefully you guys do. So I'll place a metro... I keep calling it metro. A subway stop just here where that bus station is. That'll be really handy. Going through this now we get to the tram stops. So I'll implement one just there. So that covers this area beautifully. We'll end it with one just there. So we're kind of doing short stops as well, because the short stops allow us then to have a wider collection radius and also be able to make people, you know, get to their destinations a whole lot easier too. If they want to do a short stop, use public transport. Give me some pennies. Why not? I'll do a stop just here as well. And then I'll do a stop just there. So it kind of incorporates the two zone sections there, while also spreading out to here. So this is interesting because that's going to have to loop around, which is no problem. I'm not going to bring the subway anywhere else. Do I want a stop in between these two areas? It would be nice to have a stop just here, because it's for the workers. Why not? Why not? Yes. Okay. So, I'm going to go into pause mode right now, because a lot of destruction is now about to happen. So, the line that goes into here, which is subway line 5, we're going to view the details, and I'm going to delete the line. Reason for that is, it's now going to be repositioned. So, I'm going to delete it to there and delete you. I'm going to delete all of this up to there, and then delete you as a stop. Delete this all the way up to, which would be to here, which I'm going to delete it for now like there. And then all the other lines don't need to delete because they're currently carrying the current subway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo it, and it will obviously start here. It might start somewhere else, but it will start there, go down, and it will go through this stop, and that will be where's the last stop here for it? Just there. And it will kind of come off, and it will continue with the loop going down this way, through these two, into that station, then cross and then terminate there. So it will be the connector of the 3 loops that we're creating. On this side, obviously. Then we'll do another straight one that goes there, that will connect, and then we'll do one in the middle, hopefully. That's the game plan anyway. That is the game plan. So we'll come back to that a little bit later and connect it all up. We're just going to build all of this from the get-go. So, underneath them, we're going to connect all this up. So we've got to find a connecting point down to there. So we could utilize a sweet little bend. So this is a -20, by the way. That's what we've got to remember. So bringing that to there. And then where does this now take place? Well, we'll do it like this way instead. So if I go, where's the snap? Just there. So keep it simple. No need to go, crazy in any direction. Now this with the continuous bend. Oh, that's not a continuous bend at all. That was not a continuous bend at all, boys. What happened there? I was on the wrong one. There we go. Nice little wiggle. Now, we do need to run that into here, but I've got 2 ways in which I can do it. I could first connect this up. So if I run this semi-straight, and then go bam, bam, bam. And on the bend here, as it bends this way, it then comes off there to go into this way. And that's how we then figure out the loop going round. So we'll come off with a connection here. So if I go straight to there, And that's how it comes off. 'Cause it's not going to go in that way direction. It actually will do, but we can snap that bend in perfectly anyway. So I wonder if there is a longer variation of this. So, okay, we might as well just get this one in as well. There we go. The triangle boys. So they can go in all the directions. All the directions. So, let's move on to this one next. So what I'll do here is I'll kind of snap it like that. And then that wants to connect like this. And then straight in. So where this goes underground, we'll just bend this round this way into here. So how much can I delete back of that without destroying too much? And then we'll come from there, it's fine. There. Oh, that's not what I wanted it to do. Alright, bam, bam. Now, we'll bring it up to maybe a 10. Or is that too soon? Maybe it's a little bit too soon. Can I run that into it? Alright, there we go. So that connection works perfectly. So we're just redoing it. So rather than tearing through the middle here, they go slightly out, round and back in. I know it's a little bit more of a detour, but I'll have a different one that kind of connects maybe from here going up that way. But, you know, it's the outskirts. Because we have a second one as well on the other side. So it should all slowly just come together. Right, okay. So back underground. Down by our -20. We'll get this one going straight first. So where's the snap? The snap is about there. So it's only a short little bend that will be taking place. Nice and simple, boys. Nice and simple. Now, we do have a subway stop there that was originally going to be utilized, which never got used in the end. It never got used in the end. Now, we've got to decide how this is going to work. So is it a case of where that bends around in this way, or do I need to reposition this somewhere else? Probably need to reposition. Oh, I've just deleted a bus stop. I wish there was like an undo button. I wish there was an undo button. Sorry, guys. Oh, no, it's not a bus stop I deleted. It's a tram stop. Sorry. There we go. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Right, anyway. Because that can kind of then just bend round, and that kind of completes that loop. And then for a stop here, I'll probably put it up there. Yeah, because these two here are pretty close. That's just the next generic next stop. So if I utilize the bend here and then kind of go semi-straight and then turn it. I know this is very long-winded, but it's so I can get the continual to go that way and that to go that way up as well. So we're creating the triangle like we've done over there. Right, let's get all this now connected, boys. So bending you down to then swoop in. We're going to make sure they're all connected as well, otherwise it's big issues. Now these stops are pretty close. These three stops here are pretty close. You probably won't want to do them that close in general, but it's just about the connectivity. It's just having, because I'm going to have lines running through the middle as well. You just want as many connectable options as possible. Oh, did that actually connect in? That did connect in, but it's a bit funky, but I'm not going to change it. It'll be okay. So that's one loop there set up. That is one loop there set up. So now we're going to get this connected for the next loop. Now, it does allow me to implement another subway stop. So I could place this, because the next one's going to be, the first one's going to be there. So I've got, in reality, all of this space. So I'm going to put it right there on the corner. It could be a bad decision, but we'll soon find out. So bring that out so... Hang on, how far can I bring it out? Right, it doesn't like... The fact that I got to go for the power lines. But that connects in either way anyway. So we have to go down a little bit extra. But that does what I need it to do. Right. Okay. So now we need to create the triangle here. So I reckon I'm going to delete... Not going to delete the station right now. I'll delete that to there. And we'll utilize this as being a straight through. That did not connect. Oh, I've just deleted. Again. The tram line. It's so easy to do that, isn't it? It's so easy to do that. There we go. Back in business now. Right, I think it's because I'm down by a -30 here. It's not playing ball. Right, why is this not working? Right, there to there. So we're just going to create the V. That's all we've got to do here is create the V. Or Y, it would be. Right, that's now all in place. That's sorted out. And then, obviously, we've got to then connect this round and up. Now, ultimately, we just don't know where we're going to run the line. So I reckon I preempt it by placing a road. Okay, not like that. A bit more straight. To where this stuff is going to run. So there. And then a subway stop. So running this way, I'm ultimately just mainly following the line of the tram just there. Now, do I make it turn a little bit sooner and pick up a few people here? So if I dropped it there, rather than on the main road, because there's not really been much built there, but there's more people to collect in this vicinity in general, we make it turn a little bit sooner. Which, how does that play out for this? So it actually plays out pretty well, because I can create a bend coming off here. And then in, and then this here. How does that look? So that all works. That all connects perfectly well. And then I just bring this. So where's the station? The station's just there. So I'm bringing this in like that. And then this. I'm using the wrong type of bend for this as well. In like that. So a bit of a wider triangle. But again, does the job. So that's all good to go right now. I can now implement 1 loop, 2 loop, and then replacing that line that went all the way across to connect up these loops all as one. So you haven't got to travel on the whole loop. And then we'll then figure out how we can do this version going up this way. Tearing through into this industrial estate. So subway line, we do have 2 lines on the 1 loop. And the reason we do that is that we got like a clockwise and a counterclockwise setup. So if I go this way first and go to here. So we're sticking to the left, boys. We're sticking to the left at this moment in time. And that will then go all the way around to there. Oh, what? Why is that not connecting? I think something here is not connected. It's not. Okay, it's not connected there, but that's not going to stop me just yet. Right, we'll go to there. So I know it's gone all the way around, but it will readjust itself. Going this way to here. And then we've got to there. To there. Which is a connection broken there as well. Damn. To there. And it goes all the way back around and stops here. So that completes the loop, but there's a few little issues here and there now. There's a few little issues with connectivity. So where didn't it connect? Was it just here? We have to redo. What have I just deleted? Oh, the pipes. What a fool. What a fool. Right, there we go. Oh my goodness me. I'm deleting everything, boys. I'm deleting everything at this point. Right, is that down by like a minus 30? It is. Right, that's now connected. And the other one that weren't connected was just here. Oh, this is going to be an awkward bend, this. So, bring it up to a 20 maybe? Right, there we go. So the line now readjusts itself. And it can do what it needs to do. And we'll know it works because we're going to go back in this way for this one. So, through we go again. This is the only downside to all of this. You got to then... I wish you could I wish there was like a simple method to place in one route and then place in the counterclockwise one automatically. It just reverses it on the opposite side of the tracks. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Alright, so there. This bends all the way around. Spins these over to here. Which are on the left side of this one now. To there. So we know it's all working. It's all coming together beautifully. Beautifully. Bam. Bending right round to here. And of course, completing the loop just there. Right, that's the first two in. Which that will be line 5 and line 6. So I need to view these details because I need to make sure that we... I think we'll start with 2. We'll start with minimal... trains on the line, only because the sheer amount that we're going to have in anyway would add capacity to the city as a whole. So I'm hoping that will kind of just sort this out for us. So that one's done. I've now got to do the inner loop with 2 loops, or 2 lines. So I'll start here. So create a new line, which it bends around over to here. So this one should be a little bit shorter. In fact, it should be very short. Is that people waiting? Oh, it's everyone leaving the station after I deleted it, right? I deleted something. Right, continuing on to here. Which it bends around to this train station. So all these lines are going to intertwine and crisscross one another. So this bends around this way, which means getting to wherever you want to go in the city has just become so much easier. That's in, and then is this the final one? Oh no, there's one more. This is the final one here. To complete the line. Now, we'd go this one going back. Now, lucky for us, the one that goes across the whole city that I got to replace back in that I deleted is only one line. But it does have to go back on itself. But I've only got to create one line for that. So, filtering round. Stop in there. Round we go again. Yep. Almost there, boys. Almost there. Stop in there. Stop in there. We then turn down this way. And then this should complete our loop. Nice. And I'll select this station to view the both. Again, we'll put... Or we can put one vehicle on that one. Now, we'll keep it to... We'll keep it to 2. put this one to 2 as well. We'll keep it to 2. So that sorts those 2 loops out right now. We've got those 2 loops in. So let me just implement, finally, this line. So starting here, going up. Now we've got to be on the left-hand side. Skadoodling round. La-di-da-di-da. I might need to build another subway depot as well. So I don't know if I'm going to have enough to be able to place on all of these new lines. So into there, but then this one takes a turn this way and goes this way. So this might be the longest line out of all of them. Straight up. Is there not another stop here anywhere? Stop there. And then there is technically no stop here. Fair enough. Stop into there. Oh, I was thinking about extending this one, wasn't I? I was thinking of that. But I think I'll just keep it to there for now. Because I can add on to it, can't I? So I'm now just pretty much going back the way we come. So yeah, that line that I'm now doing, I will probably extend all the way to the industrial area. Unless I figure out another route to take it that way. I'm not too sure yet. It's a to be considered route, as they say. Right. So one just here. And then finally, we end it back where it all started. So very, very big route that. Very, very big route. It's going to want to throw 5 on. I'll leave it to 4 because of the sheer length of it. Right. Main question next then. Do we have enough subway trains? So this one's pumping out 10 already. This one, 7. There's 100% going to be routes with not enough trains. So I have a little bit of a fast forward. I can add an extension on this for some extra tracks, which will give us an extra 5. So if I implement this as a part of it, why is this acting all funky? Wait, is this trains or subway? Oh, this is the rail yard. You absolute dweeb, Zodiac. You absolute dweeb. Right, subway yard. Okay, that's a good point right now. Do I only have one subway yard? I do, don't I? Yes. So, extra tracks. Oh, does it just overtake this? It then gives the ability to add 15 on. An extra 5, sorry. So if I do this bend. That allows me to kind of extend and continue. But they also want to go this way as well. Well, that's not the bend I want, boys. That's not the bend I'm trying to implement right now. Right, a little bit short. But this is going to pump out 5 more trains. It's not enough. I need a second subway depot. But I can't add any more onto this. I can't add any more onto it. So we need a place to build and add more in. And that's a rail yard over there. Right. Where could we place in an additional... Have we got traffic over here? Oh, big accident. Big accident. Where could we place an additional metro depot that would help us out? Subway yard. If I placed it, say, somewhere like here, could work because it could be and how we extend over to a line in this vicinity. So this is a question of where does the placement go? Now, it would be nice to place it in an area where the road may elevate over, where this train line may elevate over, but there's not a fat lot you can ultimately do. But at the same time, what if I made this go underground, this road? Oh no, that's asking for too much, isn't it? I can make this road go underground, so it's out the way. I can then elevate this train line until it drops down here. Give me a lot more space here to play around with. But then I can also place a subway line out here, completely out the way. Which will make a lot more sense. Now, how many does a subway thingy hold? So, with the extension on it, it holds 15. Right, okay. So, if it holds 15... If I say I came off this here and went to there. Alright, bear with us a second, boys. If I implement you here, and if I add the extension... Oh, the extension takes over that, doesn't it? It's just a maintenance thing. If I added that on there, because it's a good way to utilize this area, isn't it? It really is a good way to utilize the area. So if I then bring the main line to a down point, so long enough that I can implement my bends in. Right, hold on. Let me go underground as well. So the connection's pretty simple. I go to here, and then the bend in question goes down to -20. Simple yet effective. So all I've got to do now is get these little lines here to connect onto it as well. So bringing you further down. My only problem is getting them back to this area. But I'll worry about that later. So this here, utilizing this tool, very good. This merging in. I don't like that. There we go. Right, that all bends and merges in. The only issue then is this end here. Which, how would you do something like that? Would you make it go up and around and underground? So I can make this do something like that. But you need this end because they've technically got to go straight through it. So what if I maybe went down by a 20 quite short to then continue that? Now all of a sudden this is complaining. You can't win really, can you? Now, I'm not saying I can do anything here to make this work. Because that's not how it works. I'm also minus, aren't I? There's got to be something here I can do. Holy moly, there is. Now, obviously, it ends there. But then that gives me the ability to run the line through to access this as some type of additional loop. Oh my goodness me. Something's happening. Something is happening over here. Very interesting. Very interesting. Now, I'm going to upgrade this to a 4-lane road because it just kind of snaps into this a little bit nicer. So if I go to there and then create our bend, so that is a 108 by a little bit less. It will work. And I'll leave it for that for now because I don't know what I'm going to do ultimately with that area. So that gets the water, the power, all the sewage. And that will now start generating trains. But, oh no, it won't. It won't because I'm not even connected. He's so foolish, foolish. Right, there's no stops nearby, so this can pretty much run to there. And then we'll bend. Right, we'll pause. I want to see the trains actually come out of the station. That way. To go that way. So now we connected. So any of the lines that needed trains can now be generated. That's if we need any. Because there might be some miraculous thing where I had the perfect amount of trains for my subway lines. It could be quite miraculous. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if anything gets generated. There's one train. Off it will then skadoodle in what the game believes to be currently fast forward mode. It'd be funny if it only needed one train. That would be kind of funny. But no, there's a second one. There's a second one. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see how many it generates. And then the city is ever more connected. Ever more connected. Right, there's a third one. Right. I mean, it won't fill that up. We'll definitely have space left over. So we do need to think about running a train line into this way to kind of access these points. But apparently we are feeling the traffic burden. We really are feeling the burden here with traffic. This had the... Oh, then again, I've only just put it into play mode. And we did have an accident just here. So do not stress too much. But then again... Look at this. Well, we did have traffic lights here that I did get rid of. I'm putting them back on. I don't care right now. I'm putting those traffic lights back on. And I've never seen traffic so bad in the city. Yikes. And of course this guy is causing it. Right, road maintenance, baby. Road maintenance. Right. The game's also simulating quite slow. Is this still generating trains? Okay, we're up to 5 at this point. Well, that one went straight ahead. That's interesting. Will it generate another train? Or are we all now done? I believe we're now all done. So we only need an additional 5. Okay, we'll give them time to run through and do what they've got to do. So I've got to run the train line from here, which is going to go through this way. And I want it to run, which will bend there. But then there might be options to kind of go there, come off, across, stop there, utilize that train station, back in, and then run. Yes. So where the line here goes round... Wait, do I have a line that crosses this? Oh, I do. It's that loop going that way. So it'll come off there, through there. So it'll have a little bit of a bypass to where I can have a stop/station, which I'm going to do around here. Now, I don't know how I'm going to cross it. Oh, I actually can't get it to go there because that elevates up and over. Actually, right, delete you. I just realised that goes up and over. It would have to be a separate line, but I don't want to do a separate line. So that goes down to there. It bends around this way. I could just make it kind of go in to come back out. Yeah. Which is sad because these guys are a little bit too far away for them to stop, but it doesn't it doesn't ruin anything. We're okay. Oh, that stop is very close though, isn't it? Right, what we'll have to do is a little staggered stop. Alright, if I just come out here and then utilize this, bam. We'll go there. Bam. 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 Right, glorious. So it's not ideal, but it won't hurt. They'll come in and then go back out. So we've got to figure out then where we want the stop over here to be. So I reckon try and make it as central as we can, which is there, which is perfect. And I've got to then run it into here. So do I maybe place a cheeky little stop around here? I know that's very close. So I'll put this here instead and delete that one. Because there's then a university stop, which I'll put in the middle here. Being a little bit cheeky, boys, a little bit cheeky. Which is going to be interesting. Oh, no, no, no. I thought I had the continuous on. Which I might be asking a little bit too much. Do the, I said a continuous. It's a complex curve, Seniac. No, that works. That works a little bit too well. Right, is this minus 20 or minus 30? It's a minus 30. So I'll bring it up to a 20. And then run that in. And then that line's good to go. So we just get a little bit extra. We have to do a little bit of a detour there. But we're connecting up all these loops on this side like that other line does. I'll probably do one in the middle, but I won't do it for now, because that would be a really big job. So, starts here. Goes to there. Or does it? Oh, let's try that again. It's just a little bit delayed. It was just a little bit delayed. Goes to there, we'll pause it. Which then comes into contact with the first loop. There we go. Which goes all the way over. Now, what it does here is what no route currently does. It makes a right turn. Makes a right turn. And then gets in contact with the second loop. So it's now crisscrossed two loops. Going down. Which it then turns to have a stop here at this train station. Just to kind of collect people. Back this way. Down to here. There we go. Going through. Then it does a turn, which no route currently does, to get in contact with the third loop. Very good. Then going down and does what no current route does, makes a right turn, which will then end itself on the fourth loop. And then it goes back. Then it goes back, boys. So it crosses 4 loops, it does. Crisscrossing 4 loops. Ever so connected. We'll have another stop at this train station here, but I'll utilise the other platform for going in the other direction. So back out. Stop just here. So then it skadoodles through across here. So we see more trains going across the bridge, which is quite exciting. So over here. And then terminates where it started. Now that route is route 10. And we'll give it 4 vehicles. So we'll see the 4 trains get generated from over here. So I'm really excited to really see like how many people are going to be utilizing the subway systems now. And if it will then really start to kind of die down the vehicle traffic that we are seeing. Now we've put the traffic lights in, which has solved the jam. But now you just got to give it time to filter all the traffic through. It would be nice if I can allow these guys here to have a free-flowing road to turn. I wonder how this would look. If I did that, right, and then if I got rid of those junctions. Is there traffic lights here? Get rid of those traffic lights. Get rid of them there. I don't think there was any there in the first place anyway. But it allows these guys to flow the turn. And maybe do the same for here. Just to alleviate some burdens. Now, I'm not sure how wide to make it go. And then do the same all over again right now. We've got to get... There's nothing there. And we've got to make sure no right turn there. There's no right turn there anyway. And of course, just in case there was, no traffic lights. So it allows them to make a right turn without having to kind of come into this. So it might create a little bit more of a flow. But obviously once the vehicle's backlogged to this, then there's nothing they can really do here. But it alleviates a little bit of pressure. A lot of these want to go straight on. I could do the same to all of this. So you can kind of create like a crazy system. And then maybe drop a roundabout down. I don't know. But then you could say on this road, because you've then got the turn in. No left turn here. So it's a straight on kind of system. No left turn here. So the left turns are already kind of like set in their ways. It's a lot to ask for. It's a lot to ask for from the get-go. But let's see how this works, because I can create like a larger version of it. Oh, get rid of the crissy-crossy walks here as well. You can create larger versions of these. And more complex versions. But it will be interesting to see how this turns out in the long run. Just gotta give these guys time to flow through. Look at how I'm on triple speed right now. Look how slow the game's simulating. I was hoping City Skyline 2 wasn't like the first one where you get a certain city size and it can't process it enough. No crissy crosses at all, please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So with all these changes right now, you got to let the vehicles sort themselves out. It doesn't bode well for the ones who are having to now crisscross here. So that's a case of maybe now you start thinking about going a little bit more bulkier. And maybe a 6-lane road comes into play. You know, to aid the extra lane. 6-lane road divider. But I ain't going to stress too much. It just gets a few vehicles off the junction. Waiting to go as well. So we've kind of dropped down all the traffic here. So once all that's cleared and it gets a little bit more flow through. And then next time, I mean, that's not helping. The road maintenance vehicle. That's one of the bigger issues where we're having that problem. Now, same thing for here. Now, this problem here is just annoying. It's very, very difficult to solve in the vanilla version of the game. Is how they merge on the lanes. It becomes very, very difficult to sort that out. I mean, doesn't help again. Maintenance vehicles, I get it, but they don't help. They don't help. But they're all doing their thing anyway, but there's not really a fat lot you can do. It's a case of what works better, lane management or lane math? It's a hard one to figure out. But I ain't stressing. I ain't stressing, boys. This is not looking very good, is it? It's all because they're trying to merge into that one lane. So maybe give these guys just a little bit of an extra lane here. So what if I bulk this up to a 3? Just like that. It should allow these guys to utilize that second lane. Right? While still having a turnaround option. Now, granted, it's going to take a while to sort that out, but I don't want to get caught in the trap right now of all that stuff. Because another thing that I wanted to do is move some of this stuff in as well. So the oil refinery, if I did reposition it, because obviously it's very, very red in this area. Now, over here, it's a lot more green, but we don't really have any roads going on around this side. Now, if I view the natural resources, you can see where we're currently getting them trapped in. So if I bulk this road out, I was maybe thinking about connecting this up to over here at some point as well to aid a little bit better flow for this area. Gravel roads. I don't know whether to kind of stick to gravel roads as a signature to this kind of side. But if I just built you there and then go to move this. Oh, hang on. I can't select because I'm on the road. To over here, where it's definitely green. Will we then find somebody who is able to rent the building because of the area that it's currently in? If it doesn't work here, I can't see it working anywhere. But I'll give that a little bit of time. So now, no pedestrian access. What are you talking about? Fool. Now I can rebuild this area up and add in some more industry. So we'll stick to the small little alley roads. And we'll go for one here. And that will then cover both of those. And then we can fill it with factories. Nice. And then that will also build itself up as well. Now, we've only really got one entry point into this whole place, which is this. And the only reason we got traffic is because that damn pesky road maintenance building. Road maintenance vehicle, not building, sorry. So, yeah. See what happens. So, the building is now available to rent. The car factory got a place for people to... for someone to rent it because of the place positioning for it. I have the dairy house over here, which that's within a green area within the farming as well. And that has nobody who wants to rent it. So is it down to the taxes is the big question. Now, we have reduced a lot of taxes. When it comes to industrial, what does the dairy place produce, by the way? It produces, well, we don't actually know. It's a dairy. I'm assuming it's going to produce dairy. You know what I mean? Come on, Sonny, sort it out. So, is it dairy or does it become food? Again, I don't know. But if I sort out a blanket system of reducing it to 5%, commercial down to 5%, offices down to 5%, that means I'm taking a lot of money out of my own pocket and giving more money to the city. Now, I'm not saying that's going to solve the issues, but the rents are now low. The building is still waiting to be rented. It's within the oil area. Do I have any more? We have the fuel plant. See, the fuel plant, if I place this down, it's all within the oil industry. I'll reposition them better. Probably in the next episode. Wow, that's got employees straight away, the fuel plant. Wow. Okay, that's glorious. But not so much the oil refinery. I don't know, boys. I'm still not unsure on that one. So we'll build this up area a little bit better next episode. We'll extend some more oil areas, kind of fields as well. And we'll connect this road up to here. So it's a little bit of an easier connection. And they've got like another way they can get in and out of the city on this one side. But city's growing, city's expanding, and before we end it, let's see how many people are using the public transportation network. So a month, we've nearly got 200,000 people using our lines a month right now. The most used one turns out to be the subways, at over 100,000 people utilising them. And this is currently the usage. One of the lines, the subway line 4, has a 95% usage. Which line are you? If I change it to like a red, no, pink. We'll change it to pink. Where's that line? I'm looking for pink. Is it over here? It is. Does it link back over the bridge? Ah, okay. It's one of these little routes here. 95% of people utilizing it on the line usage. So, obvious thing to do would be to assign an additional train. Nice. Nearly 200,000 people using my public transportation network, boys. That is absolutely crazy. We'll end it for here. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.